Today, Chad is going to be cooking in the kitchen, and he is going to prepare one of his favorite childhood dishes that his mom used to make, and they would have it on special occasions. It's not something you had all the time. Is that right?
No.
And so tell us about your recipe and why we're doing it today.
Well, we're doing a couple things. It's a pork and bean dish, and they used to make it for family reunions and family outings a lot, picnics particularly. And so it's one of the things that one of my childhood favorite menus that Mom would make.
So we want to have this dish on our trip to Florida, but we want to make it ahead of time. You can't make this ahead of time and leave it in your fridge for 3 weeks. So we are going to freeze dry it.
Freeze dry it. It's a fairly simple recipe. You got bacon, you got a pound of bacon, onion, 2 cans of pork and beans, a thing of ketchup, 20 ounce.
Yeah, they want 20 ounces.
Yeah, 20 ounces of ketchup.
Actually 14.
Well, it doesn't.
It doesn't matter.
A cup of brown sugar, a can of pineapple tidbits, a couple tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, and a green pepper. But we're going to put in 2 because I like the color of that. And what I love about this recipe, and really with any recipe, is that you can change it, you can alter it, you can add more, you can take away, you can do whatever you want that makes it easier for you. But I just like to cut it up into these bite-sized pieces. Now I'll just go out there and put this on the grill and cook it up.
This is more like candy.
Well, and the thing about like the ketchup, like I said before, the ketchup, the pork and beans, if you have more people show up than what you think, and you think, oh my gosh, go grab an extra can or 2 of pork and beans, add to it, and it's not going to make any difference.
Totally agree.
Okay. Brown sugar, pineapple, we need to strain this here. And I remember as a boy, this was my favorite part, is drinking the pineapple juice when it was all strained out. I wouldn't get that much because my other siblings wanted it too.
That's 2 tablespoons. Okay.
Well, I think that's one of the things that makes it really good, is that Worcestershire sauce. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a wooden spoon. That way there's not all that scraping and crazy noise.
Hey, have you started yours yet?
Well, so I decided I'm just going to make my soups today, and then tomorrow I'll film it going in the fryer.
Okay. Well, Ellie, I'm making mine right now. Say hi, Ellie.
Hello.
Let me show you. So Dad's got him in the pot here. And so when we're on our trip, we won't have to go and spend the time to do that. It'll all be freeze dried, and we'll just open it up, add water, and put it on the stove. Well, I'm excited to see how yours turns out. You'll call me, won't you?
Oh, yes. I'll show you. I'm sure I have questions for Dad, too, with the freeze dryer.
Okay. All right, good. So let me see. Have you got it started? Your food? Let me see what you got.
I just have the beef, and I'm just adding water right now to my beef.
Okay. What's your question for Daddy?
Oh, I don't have any now. I'll just call when I have questions.
Okay, all right. All right. So Ellie, our daughter, they live in St. George, and they have a freeze dryer, and we have a freeze dryer, and we are both making meals and freeze drying them right now, huh, Ellie?
Yep.
She's doing beef.
So we're gonna have several meals out of this.
Yep. She's doing beef stew. We're doing pork and beans. Okay. Call me again.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Okay, so we're letting this here simmer. It's been about 20-30 minutes right now, so we're going to let it simmer just a little bit longer. And what it does is it mixes all those flavors together. And I just tasted it and got a piece of bacon, onion, green, and pork and beans, and it is so good. I really like it. And just before we get done, we're going to throw in the peppers in there and mix that in and let it simmer for about 5 minutes. And then we're going to take it off the heat. Okay, we've put this into a number 10. I don't know if you can see that. It's a number 10 Dutch oven. My mom never used a Dutch oven. You don't need to use a Dutch oven, but that kind of gives you an idea as to how big a pot you need. I'd like to have made this here just for 2 people, cut the recipe down and made it for 2, but we're going to be having 3 families on this RV trip, so we want to make sure that we've got plenty for everybody. And so, and it'll go. It'll get eaten up.
This is us just sneaking a little side dish here.
We can't freeze dry it all. We have to at least have one little meal out of it. These make a great side dish. These beans are a great side dish for any kind of meal that you have. And another note on these beans, they are even better day 2 and day 3. You heat them up, you eat them, put them in the refrigerator, you reheat them the next day, and they're even better on day 2. Okay, so we had to wait for our strawberries to finish up, and so now this has been sitting in the refrigerator, and that's okay. I think the longer it sits, the better the flavors melt together. But we're going to dip them out and spread them out on these pans, and we're going to freeze them tonight, and that'll help speed up the freeze drying process that they're already frozen. So that's what we're going to do now, is just dip this out and hopefully spread it evenly on all 4 of these trays. And okay, so it's the next morning, and the freeze dryer has defrosted. The pork and beans are frozen. This, I think, is going to, doing this here speeds up the process of the freeze drying process. So we'll get these put in and get them started. Okay, this here's what we've been doing for the last week or so, is getting ready for this trip. So we've got quite a bit of things packaged. We've got roast beef dinners, we've got some avocados and strawberries, lots of strawberries. That's going to taste really good just snacking along the road. Some potato slices and some goulash. And this is what's really going to be fun, is just adding water to this here. And we got some hamburger and onions here. I don't think we're going to have time to get to the apples or the bananas, but we're going to freeze those so we can have those in our protein shakes. But again, the thing that I love about the Harvest Right is that it is so easy to use. You prep your food, you put it in, you start it, and you walk away until it's finished. When it's finished, you turn it off and you come out and you just package them up in these here, and it takes less than 20 minutes or so. Okay, I don't know if you can hear that beeping sound. It comes and goes, but I love that sound because that means it's all finished. And that's it. Now these here are Mom's Boston baked beans. It does not look very good.
It doesn't look good.
That came out nice and pretty. But I'm still going to have to.
I want to show you how easy this is going to be to reconstitute. I'll just let that sit for a minute. Is it on?
Yeah. It doesn't take much to seal these, and that light just comes on just for a bit, and then when it turns off, that's all it takes. I just want to get a little bit of everything. Some bacon, some beans, and some pepper. So I apologize for the big bite. Man, okay. Like I said, when we made this here, it's better after 2 or 3 days. The second day or third day, this is really good.
It'll be good with a steak.
Oh yeah. A steak, a hot dog, a hamburger, potato chips, potato salad. It's a great side dish for almost anything. Yeah. I hope you didn't want to bite.
We will be sure and leave a link to Harvest Right Freeze Dryer in the description below.
Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.